Hey there, welcome to another Two-Wheeled Wednesdays. Yeah, that name can be kind of misleading. You know, some days I actually do post these on episodes on Wednesdays, but you never know. Actually, today I'm filming this on a Saturday. So, yeah. The YouTube algorithm favors consistency. Me, well, I'm kind of weather dependent this time of year and sometimes have to massage the editing schedule to fit on my work schedule. Yeah, well, first things first, you know. Anyway, today I'm just across the river from the booming metropolis of Howland, California. Population around 300 people. And I'm right here at the start of Howland Hill Road. Howland Hill Road traverses through Jedediah Smith Redwoods State Park. We start out along the Smith River, right out there, and then go up along Myrtle Creek to the top of Howland Hill. The National Park Service, because this is in the park, you can see there's the park boundary sign right there. The National Park Service describes this as a dirt road where redwoods kiss your car. Hopefully I won't be kissing any redwoods today. At least not on purpose. Anyway, it's a beautiful ride, and let's go check it out. Ready? Great. Let's go. Wow. Gorgeous. So Howland Hill Road was built back in 1897. It was a stagecoach road, part of the Crescent City to Grants Pass Road. In 1963, the federal government wanted to make this into a 4-lane highway, but political pressure said no and stopped that, which is great. And in 2023, they had plans to make this a one-way street heading eastward, the opposite direction I'm traveling right now. But that hasn't happened yet. So Howland Hill Road goes through Jedediah Smith State Park. The park is the longest, or the furthest north in a long string of parks that cover, God, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of acres in Northern California. This park, Jedediah Smith Park, is about 10,000 acres and is densely packed with redwoods. It contains about 7% of all the coastal redwoods left on the planet. The park was named for Jedediah Smith, essentially the first white man to ever come through this part of the world. Back in the 1820s. The park itself began as just a 44-acre donation by Clara Stout in memory of her husband. This was the Stout family. They logged all this area, and she donated 44 areas to the park to the Save the Redwoods League for a park in her husband's honor. And it's grown since then. So this right here, this is a Stout Memorial Grove. This is part of the original 44 acres that Clara Stout donated in the first place. And a lot of people consider it to be the heart of the park. The trail goes down this way and goes down to the Smith River. In the summer, there's a bridge, a footbridge, that goes from here over to the campground on the other side of the river. It's a pretty popular place. And you can see why, it's just gorgeous. All right, onward. Well, this looks like the top. It looks like the end of the gravel. Yeah, I guess so. All right. I guess we head back home. for hundreds of years before Jedediah Smith and then more white men came into this area. This was home to the Tolowa people, the Yurok people, the Hoopa, the Karuk. There were a bunch of different people that lived in this area for a long time. New settlers came in and they depleted the natural resources. Besides just living, they, were clear-cutting the forests. And they brought diseases that the indigenous people had no immunity to. So pretty much decimated most of the civilizations that were here before the white men came. And eventually they were relocated to to a reservation, which is still there today up by Smith River, just north of here. In 1862, the Army built Camp Lincoln, an Army outpost, which was meant to be a buffer between the white settlers and the indigenous people that were moved to Smith River. Eventually the camp was abandoned, and parts of it are still, you can still find parts of it here in Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park. There's all sorts of different trails and picnic areas and places to pull over and enjoy the redwoods here on Howland Hill Road. We're coming up to one called the Boy Scout tree. It's a pretty popular one. You can see there's already cars and we're still a ways away from it. The Boy Scout tree is actually two trees that over the past couple hundreds, or I don't know, maybe more, thousands of years, grew together into one big tree. And by big, I mean, it's like 240 feet tall and like 23 feet across. It's massive. It was named after in honor of Jack Breen. Breen was the Del Norte County Sheriff back in the 1920s and 1930s. And apparently he's the first white man to have quote-unquote discovered it. Breen and a couple of the other men from Crescent City started a Boy Scout troop in Crescent City back in the 1930s, which is still active today. But he was the first scoutmaster and all that, and so since he found the tree, they named it the Boy Scout tree. There's a bridge farther up the road which is also named for Jack, the Jack Breen Memorial Bridge or something. Crosses over Mill Creek. So there you go. All right. All right. Well, we made it. It was a nice little ride. My computer's all screwed up, so I think it was about 10 miles round trip, maybe 11. Not much, but gorgeous. Beautiful day for early March. So thanks for joining me on our little spin through the Redwoods. I hope you enjoyed the ride. I sure did. And remember, it doesn't matter if you're riding in the midst of titans, redwood giants, or if you've got a more urban landscape that you ride through. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you ride on gravel, on pavement, on single track trails. It's all good. And it's all good because life is twice as good on two wheels. We'll see you in the next one.